Greetings, church family. Hey, I've got good news. We're back. Well, as much as we can be back in this strange time in our world. But yes, the board has decided, as effective as of today, all groups under 10 can meet in our building under these guidelines. Use the back of the sanctuary. That way you only have to sanitize one place, just the tables in the back and the adjoining bathroom. And we ask that the groups do that when they're finished using that part of the sanctuary for their groups. We also ask that you book that room for any meeting or group with Janelle Klingenpell, our secretary, and so she can make sure that one and only one group is in the church at the same time using the same room. We do ask also that you you have your mask on when you come into the building, and also when you get up to leave, including using the restroom or whatever. So only when you're seated can you take the mask off, and you should have a 6 feet distance apart from one another. I have the tables arranged in kind of a weird round setup so that you each can be 6 feet apart. Also, we're coming back to worship Sunday mornings. In fact, we're coming back to you in more ways than we were to begin with. So we are planning on June 7th, okay? That's about 10 days away, or 9 or whatever it is when you're reading this. It'll be June 7th, assuming, again, something strange doesn't happen. We could be having to change all this if an outbreak would get worse, or depending on what the governor would say. But we're expecting good news right now, more than bad, based on what we have heard. So hopefully we'll see you June 7th. But you know what? The first option is to stay home on June 7th and receive our email or our service online. And that is a choice that we will continue to respect, and we will honor that request. And so we're going to keep doing that service in that form for those of you who want to make sure and be safe. And we understand that there are many people in situations that they just need to stay home. So option number 2 of 3 options. Number 2 option, well, while we're not having Sunday school, we're going to have a 9:30 service, okay? So a 9:30 service will there'll be guidelines in place, and all those will be laid out for you in this newsletter and in the next newsletter. So please read your newsletter, okay? Because it has all the guidelines, but it involves some social distancing and some masks and stuff. And in this service, for those who want to be extra safe, you will be asked to wear the mask that you bring. We also have some disposable ones in case anybody forgets. But you will be wearing the mask the whole time, from the minute you walk in the door to the minute you leave during the whole service. And that is a choice that you can make. If you can make the choice to come to our 11 o'clock service, which is going to have quite a few guidelines itself. You come in with your mask, you leave with your masks. There'll be social distancing in the pews. There'll be some regulations. Please make sure and read this newsletter. It says all the things about kids and wiping down bathrooms and all the other different things you need to know. But the only difference is at the 11 o'clock service is that when you find your seat in the pew, that once the service starts or whatever, at that point, you can take your mask off and you can sing and you can listen to the message and you can participate. But once you get up again, whether it's to go to the bathroom or get a drink or at the end of the service, we will ask you to put that mask back on. So it's only during the time when service is going on and you're in your socially distanced spot in your pew and in your place in the church. Amidst all these things, we're going to have to create a new normal, but make sure you know the details, make sure you know the guidelines. At the same time, don't lose fact of the big picture. The church is back better than ever, giving you 3 options to worship with Sunday morning, and we respect and honor all 3 of them. So spread the news, tell someone you know, and tell them the good news about what God is doing and what the church is up to. God bless.